Hi guys, I'm Shudu Finds Her Magic, Miss South Africa 2020, and guess what? The book is finally available in stores nationwide. But the beautiful thing about this book is that for every copy sold, one will be donated to charity. And this is my official submission for my Beauty with a Purpose campaign for Miss World. So please, get this book in stores now!
Miss South Africa, Shudu Finds Her Magic joins us then tonight for more on this book. Shudu, I understand that you have found your magic.
Yes, I have, and I'm just sharing it with the world right now.
And let's talk about what that looks like in the context of the book, which is titled Shudu Finds Her Magic.
So the book is basically about my life story, how I was this young, bubbly girl in the village and moved to a new province where I was bullied for 6-7 years. And it took me a long time to find my magic again, because there's a psychological trauma that comes from bullying. Even when the bullying stops, you still find yourself bullying yourself. And when I found my magic again, that looked like self-love. That looked like me speaking up until I was heard, knowing that my voice mattered. And I think that's why this book is so important to me, because I'm not coming from a position of being a victim anymore, but rather coming from a position of strength about something that has bothered me for a very, very long time. So I found the magic that I had when I lived in Venda again, and that magic helped me and catapulted me to become Miss South Africa.
Bullying is something that has really formed part of the national agenda, especially for the last couple of years, because we have seen the kind of damage that it has, not just on children, but what it means in some instances where young children have even lost their lives as a result of the fighting and the bullying that takes place at schools. What are you hoping that young children will be able to learn out of this book?
I think you touched on it, a very big point, how bullying for some people, that we take it too lightly as a society. It's almost like when a child goes to a parent and says, I'm being bullied, they just think it will pass. When you tell someone about it, they just think it will pass. But we've seen children dying by suicide, very young children dying by suicide because of bullying. And I think as a society, when it comes to bullying, we need to advocate for children speaking up and actually listening to them when they're speaking, be it to a parent, be it to a teacher, be it to a friend. This book emphasizes the power of friendship too. I think when it comes to bullying, it's time for us to encourage kids to speak up until they're heard, instead of just sweeping everything under the rug, because we've seen so many kids dying by suicide because of it.
You've emphasized the role of mental wellness, or the importance of mental wellness, even ahead of your reign as Miss South Africa. How important is this conversation, especially for young children?
This is a big conversation. So the whole point of the book as well was to introduce mental health education. So we worked with child psychologists to make sure that in as much as we're not saying anxiety, in as much as we're not saying depression, we are introducing the topic of mental health from the ground up, because we need to start with our kids if we want to start destigmatizing mental health. I think at this point, through my Mindful Mondays platform, we've targeted young adults and adults. But it's time for us to integrate mental health education, even in the education curriculum, because it is something, especially now during COVID, that has been at the forefront of our children's health. So when it comes to mental health and mental wellness, I think it is quite important for us to introduce this topic from a young age. I mean, I was having a conversation with a psychologist friend of mine, and we realized that most of us have dealt with mental health at some point in our life, even when we were way younger. But the problem was that we didn't have names for it or the language for it. But I was also sitting with a psychologist on Mindful Mondays, and he spoke about how he had a 2-year-old in his office needing help, how as kids as young as 7 years old are dying by suicide. So it's time for us to speak about mental health, integrate mental health education into the education curriculum, so kids can start learning about it from a young age.
The good thing is that this book is also going to be translated into multiple languages.
Yes. So it's translated into 6 languages for now. So we've got English, we've got Afrikaans, Sesotho, Zulu, Xhosa, and I don't know if I mentioned Sesotho as well, but it's currently in 6 languages, and we're hoping to expand it to all of the South African languages. But it was quite important for us to do that, so it can reach all kids all kids across South Africa.
And for those who are interested in getting their hands on a copy of the book, where should they go?
It is available nationwide at all our book retailers. So you can go to CNA, you can go to Bargain Books, you can go to Exclusive Books, and also you can also visit the Miss South Africa page if you'd like to order it online. I know it's available on Take It Lot. It's available on so many different platforms, including Ethnic Kids. So the book is available at every single store, every single bookstore rather, across South Africa.
Is this a snippet of what you are likely to do once you have handed over the crown post Miss South Africa?
It could be. It could be. I've always wanted to be an author. I remember 2018, I told a friend of mine that, and then she bought me a book, Becoming by Michelle Obama. And in the book, she said that this is for when you write your book, your own book one day. And it's quite amazing that dream came true. And for a topic that is quite important to me, for an age group that is quite important to me as well, because I wished that I had a book that represented me growing up as well. So I want to explore it further, write more, because I do love books quite a bit.
Miss South Afrika, Shudu Finds Her Magic, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And the title of the book, Shudu Finds Her Magic, and as you heard, they're available at all leading retailers in the country.